Is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No. Always live. Always real. Always unpredictable.
I'm not okay with that.
It sounded good when I thought.
Log on and join our live conversation.
Yes,
I don't like that.
You're 100% right.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, September 9th. I'm here with Stephanie, Tori, Brandon. I am Sam. Let's get right to it. Well, Felicity Huffman will learn her fate later this week in the college admission scandal. Feds are recommending Huffman serve 1 month in jail, but the actress is telling her side of the story, hoping her letter will make a difference to the judge. Huffman writes, quote, "In my desperation to be a good mother, I talked myself into believing that all I was doing was giving my daughter a fair shot." She goes on to say, quote, "I see the irony in that statement now because what I have done is the opposite of fair." Meantime, Huffman's husband, William H. Macy, writes their daughter, quote, "has nightmares from the FBI agents waking her that morning with guns drawn." Fellow Desperate Housewives actress Eva Longoria also wrote a letter revealing to the judge how Huffman once protected her from a bully on the set of the hit show. Tori, you are our legal eagle. I'm already rooting for Felicity Huffman, and you know how much I hate this whole college admission scandal. Like, I have had zero sympathy when it comes to Lori Loughlin.
Yeah.
But I like that Felicity Huffman is taking ownership. Will her letter make a difference?
Yeah. Things like this, so in the Supreme Court, if you write a letter like Eva did, it's called an amicus brief, or friend of the court. It can be the turning point in an actual court case. The court and jury and the judicial system wants to see a full picture. Have you felt remorse? Have you felt humbled? And it will be a huge effect on her punishment. I would just say to William H. Macy, be careful saying your daughter has nightmares, waking up, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people think you did this, you got to lie in that bed.
Yeah, but the daughter's innocent.
Agreed.
I feel for the daughter. I put the daughter in a completely different category.
But him saying to pull on our heartstrings about it, I'm like, you guys made that decision. Really own up, 100% own up, and we're good.
And in my opinion, Stephanie, even though I'm already rooting for Felicity because she has apologized, I still want her to go to jail. There are moms locked up in jail right now because, God forbid, they sent their children to a different school district to give their child a better education.
Yeah.
They're locked up, and they shouldn't be.
I completely agree, and I think she definitely needs to be made an example of, and then that in turn go ahead in the same situation for Lori too. But in this case, I think she genuinely does mean what she's saying. I've read parts of the 3-page long letter, and she really goes into how bad she feels. She says, "I've broken the law, I've deceived the educational community, I've betrayed my daughter, I've failed my family."
Good for her.
And she also highlights her daughter's medical conditions and also her struggle to learn, which she's just said, "I just needed her to have a bit extra time and a bit extra help. I know now that was wrong. I just didn't want her to not further her education because she simply cannot do math."
I'm sorry, I wasn't going to say anything. I was just going to let y'all have this. But all these crocodile tears because of what you just said, I can't sit there and be like, "Oh, I feel sorry for her. I hope she doesn't do any time."
But you still want her to. No, I want her to be locked up.
No,
I want her to be
we want her to be locked. She has to go do a month. You're not going to prison for a month. You're going to jail for a month.
Yeah, and it's a cushy jail.
Absolutely.
It's a cushy jail, but I think at least I can have duality of thought, and I can say, listen, I like the way Felicity Huffman is handling this as opposed to Lori Loughlin. Do I still think that she should suffer the consequences? Yes, but I'm rooting for her.
Yeah.
I ain't rooting for Lori Loughlin, so that's the difference between how they're handling
and we don't see eye to eye when it comes to Lori Loughlin, but I wonder, because remember how you said that the mother tried to get her kids into a different school district. I wonder what
the mother that's been locked up.
The mother that's been locked up. I wonder what her letter said. I wonder what her friend of the court,
she doesn't deserve,
her letter said.
I agree. That's the justice system, being the justice system, which is completely unfair, completely. All right, well, the President of the United States, well, he started a new Twitter feud with singer John Legend and his wife, Chrissy Teigen. It all started on Sunday night when the president commented on a show, which was on MSNBC, about criminal justice reform. The show included an interview with John Legend discussing his organization, Free America. Trump tweeted, "Musicians musician John Legend and his filthy-mouthed wife are talking now about how great it is, but I didn't see them around when we needed help getting it passed. John Legend responded, tweeting, quote, "Imagine being president of a whole country and spending your Sunday night hate-watching MSNBC, hoping anybody will praise you. Melania, please praise this man. He needs you." And Chrissy Teigen chimed in, tweeting, "LOL, what a blank, blank, blank. Tagged everyone but me. An honor, Mr. President."
And just so you know,
this is like I could have been watching The Housewives last night. Instead, I watched this Twitter feud with a cup of tea. But then again, this is our president.
Right. And you know what's interesting is she wasn't in the special that John Legend was in.
Yeah, but he knows she trolls him all the time.
Right. And agreed. But if you're going to speak about this, her name wasn't even mentioned. There was no credit. Her voice wasn't spoken.
I'm sure that was a reason, Tori.
I'm just saying it's an odd thing to have pointed her out. I just want us to close our eyes and imagine at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night, we have a president that's actually working for people in working class and trying to get a better paycheck. Not this BS. I'm done.
But are you surprised?
No,
I'm not surprised at all.
No.
Not at all.
I don't care. I just think we can do so much better as a country.
I just am more disappointed in him because he constantly attacks women. Like it was John who made this statement about him. It had nothing to do with Chrissy Teigen. Yes, she's very vocal on social media about how she feels about the president, but he constantly does this. He goes after women and he creates these awful names. He does that for men too. But I think he did that at a stab at John just to really hurt him. He's called out other people's wives.
Now, I agree, but people would say, listen, Chrissy Teigen and John Legend have definitely been criticizing him and calling him names.
But they're not presidential.
It doesn't matter. It's Twitter. Once you open up your mouth or you open up the characters or whatever, Twitter fingers as we like to call it, then you are subjected to get any sort of hate tweet or whatever back to you. I get it that it's the
difference
president
is this
of
is
the
the
United
president.
States. Yeah, I get that.
No.
Does he got more important things
That's
to
a big
do?
deal.
It's
not. I get it. He should not be on Twitter. He should not be insulting
be
people
on
or
Twitter.
giving foreign policy. No, it's not. I just get that. This is unacceptable, and it should be unacceptable.
In a way, but Tori,
final
at the
thought.
end of the day, I just hate how everyone's trying to take credit for this prison reform thing, where there have been people, civil rights activists, who have been fighting for this for quite some time.
I agree.
Now it's cool and it's trendy.
It wasn't 2 years ago, 10 years ago, or 20. You're right.
Exactly. I kind of agree with you, though. He is a president.
Okay. We ended on an agreement.
Graceful bow wow.
Thank you.
Wow, Tori, you must feel pretty good about that win. Imagine waking up to find an extra $120,000 in your bank account. That's exactly what happened to this couple. The money was accidentally transferred into their account due to a bank error. The couple reportedly decided to go on a shopping spree, buying, are you ready for this, an SUV, a camper, a car trailer, and 2 four-wheelers. They also paid some bills, spent money on car repairs, cash purchases, but they also gave a friend $15 grand. The couple is now facing 3 felony charges of theft and receiving stolen property. I feel bad for them. They thought they had free money. Of course, there's no such thing. Of course, there's no such thing. But what would any of you? Let's say you woke up tomorrow morning, each of you, with $100,000 in your bank account. What would you do?
I'm taking Stephanie to Antarctica.
Okay, so you would spend it. You'd be locked up. Okay.
The flights are really expensive. They are about 100 grand a ticket. Just so you know. My friend used to work on a few shows there. The flights are so expensive.
Well, you'd be locked up. Okay, so you would spend the money.
Yeah.
Okay, you would spend the money.
You take me though. I appreciate that.
Would you spend the money, or would you call someone and say this is odd?
I would obviously tell all my friends. I'd be like, oh my gosh, would I call the bank? No, but I would.
Would you let it wait for a month?
I would wait for a month, and I would be looking at properties and investments and what can I do? Maybe I'd gamble it, go all in on black in Vegas and try and double the money.
Yes, honey. Yes.
To be honest, you got to go that route. You got to gamble or you got to launder. You got to find an offshore bank account. But really, I know I would call, but I think they should have spent it on an experience because they're going to be in jail. So allow yourself to have the experience and not just a four-wheeler.
They
go
have
somewhere.
to go to jail for this?
Yeah. So, Sam, what about you? What are you going to spend
I think I would have spent it. I swear to God, I would have thought I would have been I would have put like a down payment on a house.
Yeah, you would have.
Wow, you were an orange jumper.
So if they are found guilty, I'm hearing they will see a lot of jail.
Yeah. Everybody can relate
because
to this
the bank
couple.
called them twice. The bank called them twice.
All right.
And they didn't call back.
That's not cool.
Yes,
okay, if you ignore it, I would not have ignored it. I'd been like, all right, here you go. Dang. All right, well, University of Tennessee superfan was bullied at his school. He wore this t-shirt he made himself to his elementary school's college colors day, but his excitement turned into despair when other kids made fun of him. Well, his teacher shared his story. It went viral. The university responded by sending him a ton of free UT swag, and the university then took it up a notch by making his UT design into an official t-shirt. And get this, demand for the shirt was so high it crashed the university's online shop. How cool. And that's a cool shirt.
Absolutely, it looks great.
School pride, man. You know it as a football player.
This kid's from Florida, and he's a UT fan, which is crazy in its own right. But in the day and age where people are wearing ripped jeans and wearing grunge clothing, this is cool. Now UT's telling this kid what you did was cool, and we're going to capitalize on that.
And I like that he made his own shirt.
He better get paid off of it.
He better get paid
off of it.
I went to Michigan where the M symbol is the most popular of all. That stuff is expensive.
I know.
Get one shirt was like $35.
So make your own.
So how cool, and every fashion designer as a little kid, how many times they probably got bullied by making something or cutting something.
True.
Awesome win-win for the university to be like, good for you.
Stephanie,
I think it's awesome.
You're our fashionista.
Yeah, what do you think?
Would I get this? Yeah. I just love the sentiment behind it.
Yep.
You know, I just think it's really sweet, and I'm glad that it's sold out, and that shows that everyone at that university is behind him and his support for them. It's awesome.
That is cool.
Cute too, right?
Such a feel-good story.
Next thing in the mail should be a check.
A big old check. Agreed with you, Brandon. Yes, I do. DBL's Live coming up. Stephanie Jones sits down with beauty and fashion expert Bobby Thomas. She gives us the lowdown on all things denim. And you, the viewer, are our fifth host. Over the weekend, President Trump canceled a secret meeting with Taliban leaders on U.S. soil. But should those terrorists even be allowed in America in the first place, especially so close to the 9/11 anniversary? Your comments next.
Well, hi there, DBL Nation. Happy Monday. Kelly Schuberth here with the DBL Digital Team. Thanks for joining us today. We're happy to have you here. Please give us your DBL takes on all of our topics. We'd love to hear them. We've got some exciting stuff going on here at Daily Blast Live, so I'm excited you're here with us. Let's go to the desk and see what's going on with our host.
I know.
Hey guys, what's happening up here?
Tori's still furious.
Great debate.
Tori's still elaborating.
Yeah, Tori, tell us more.
No. We were. I was. A lot of people who feel like, yeah, Trump's going to be Trump. Just if you find yourself saying that, just know, unfortunately, in my opinion, you're normalizing behavior that's unacceptable for this country. So I will always be the annoying person that says, no, I challenge to do better. So I always find that accepting it is another level of us just getting duped.
Tori.
Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, too, if this were a celebrity, I would give a pass to this celebrity.
Totally.
I would say this celebrity deserves to defend themselves, considering the onslaught of attacks.
TV goes crazy for him,
Not to say that it doesn't go both ways, because we know that Trump, as Stephanie pointed out, has definitely attacked a lot of men and women, mostly women. So, but I would say, like, okay, he was defending himself, but considering he's the president of the United States, we've never seen that. Bush has been known to be attacked. Obama's been known to be attacked. We never saw them sink to the level of like a schoolboy mentality, and we're seeing that with Trump.
We're used to when they go low, we go high.
We're used to that.
We're used
That's
to
not
that.
the
But what's
case.
interesting is the playbook is this. Go so crazy that you normalize even just a little weird behavior until you're accepting all of it. That is a playbook until even crazy behavior like Hitler, I'm not saying he is, but the Germans got so into it, they didn't see what was actually happening. That's a playbook, man. That is Machiavellian. So don't get just, what's the word? When you don't care, apathetic. Don't get that way. Please, I know it's a long time. I know it's every day. But if you believe and love this country and you have people that fought for this country, believe and fight for this country. Yeah?
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for Fifth Host, when we talk about what you're talking about. Well, the president's controversial decision to invite Taliban to the U.S. for peace talks has been canceled. The meeting was to take place at Camp David, marking the upcoming 18th anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. But after Taliban admitted to a recent bombing claiming the lives of 16 people, including a U.S. soldier, Trump pulled out, siding with those who argued that the terrorist group has made no effort towards peace. So DBL Nation, should members of the Taliban be allowed in the U.S. for peace talks? This is a very tough one. Take it away.
Here we go. Chris from Facebook says, well, I mean, do you want war? Do you want to stop war or just keep fighting endlessly? That's the real question. I kind of agree with you, Chris, because at first I thought it would have been a good idea, but then I had to backtrack. And only people I want to hear from are the military personnel who have had people die fighting the Taliban, or, was actually there fighting the Taliban, because this could be disrespectful. People say that, oh, Colin Kaepernick disrespecting the flag. Now, military personnel, I would like to hear from you on how you guys feel about this.
I agree. Kristen from Facebook says, I'm not sure how to answer this other than to say negotiating with terrorists is a terrible idea. Christy, that is also a very American idea. We do not negotiate with terrorists in this country. That is a Republican and Democratic feeling. We haven't done it ever, and we stick to this. Just know that Trump tried to have a Muslim ban, so regular Muslims couldn't come in, and yet the Taliban is welcome to Camp David. End of discussion. Not good.
Christina from Facebook says, I'm all for ending this seemingly endless war. If this is what needs to get done, then get it done. Thank you for writing in, Christina. Oh, I think it was very insensitive to hold it so close to the 9/11 date. I think that really will upset a lot of people. Tori made a wonderful comment this morning saying, why did it have to be in America? Why couldn't they pick somewhere a little bit more neutral? And because I just think this rubs up so many people the wrong way. I'm glad it's been cancelled. Should they negotiate to try and come to some sort of agreement? Mate, I don't know what to say.
There's always diplomatic talks.
I think so.
Yeah.
Listen, I really do. I think the peace talks are very important, considering that we have 5,000 soldiers over there that are waiting to see these peace talks come to light, because that will determine whether or not they stay or they come home. And they all want to come home, I'm sure. But I do agree with you. It should not be on U.S. soil. Let me read this comment from Arlene from Facebook. She says, oh, there you go. Whoa. Absolutely not on American soil, and so close to the anniversary of 9/11. So disrespectful. Listen, have those peace talks in a different country, in a neutral country, perhaps something that's set up by the UN, because it does affect everybody globally, but not at Camp David. Do you know that's where they went to console after 9/11? Yeah, back in 2001 was in Camp David. So then to have those talks at the very place where you were mourning, to me, is absolutely insensitive. So I'm just shocked that it was even an idea.
Yeah, and people, we're fighting against an ideology to they want to rid themselves of all infidels. Like, I don't think there will be a peace treaty. I think it's all a ruse.
All right. Well, wow. Well, thank you for writing in, DBL Nation. We do love hearing from you. Well, Britney Spears' doctor has died, all as questions about her medical care are coming to light. This is breaking news. Raquel Villanueva, please share the news.
That's right, Sam. Dr. Timothy Benson was the psychiatrist responsible for Britney Spears' care. He died suddenly as the case of her conservatorship is coming to the forefront. Next week, a judge will receive a report that will determine if the medical care given to her was appropriate. Questions were raised when she entered a mental health facility, and many people, including Britney Spears' mother, Lynn, were critical of those decisions made by her father, Jamie, who had been in charge of her conservatorship for a long time. He now is asked to be relieved of those duties as he's being investigated for allegedly abusing his grandson.
Wow. Thank you, Raquel. That's...
Something's going on here. There's a spiral that's getting bigger and bigger. I can smell it. Something's wrong here, and I predict or speculate some kind of drugs or something might have played a part in this. This is not good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
not good.
Well, we will follow it. This is definitely a developing story. Thank you, Raquel. Coming up on DBL, Stephanie Jones talks fashion with style expert Bobby Thomas. They discuss old denim trends that you can still rock today with confidence.
So a lot of you writing in and debating me, which is awesome. That's what we want to see. Sensitivity training said, yeah, he couldn't keep a secret. It was supposed to be a secret, but Trump sort of put it out there. Now, Owen Sheridan, in all caps on YouTube, wrote me, the perpetually outraged. Not one of you know or understand Trump. Totally agree, I don't know Trump. But I do know, I understand Trump. It's not a hard thing to understand. It's a very strong, it goes all the way back to Roy Cohn, Roger Stone. It's a Machiavellian term. Just follow every dictatorship. I'm not trying to say that I hate the man. I'm trying to say I think he brings the presidential office down, which in turn makes our country less stable, less safe, and I know all of you who are military families don't want that. So if the presidency is unhealthy, our country is unhealthy. And I can't imagine you don't feel like a passenger in a drunk driver car when you can't figure out which way we're going next. That's sort of how I feel the whole country feels. I don't know what's going to happen in the next hour. I don't know what talks we're going to do. That's not a comfortable place for most Americans to thrive, for the economy to thrive. So I'm talking specifically about policy and about chaos. This president loves chaos. He said it over and over again. I've read books on Trump. It's not like I'm not interested. He's amazingly fascinating. But a chaotic presidency makes for a chaotic constituency, and that's not good for economy, military, or the health of our people. So, Owen, write me back. Does that make sense? I'm not going at Trump. I'm going at what I think is a chaotic mess that's making us feel less safe. Does that make sense? So write me back. Let's have a good debate. Thanks, guys.
Welcome back to DBL. From E's fashion police to being the style editor for the Today Show, Bobby Thomas has helped women of all ages and sizes find help with their personal style. I got to speak with her about empowering women through fashion and the most classic look of all, denim, in today's Chatting with the Stars. Hello, Bobby Thomas. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. You are a champion of empowering women to find beauty from the inside out. But I want to know, what was that personal journey like for you?
Oh my gosh, I think, where do we start? Do you have a whole hour and a bottle of wine?
Yeah, that sounds a dream.
Unfortunately, as a young girl growing up when I did, girls, we were left to sort of compete for best hair, most popular. So it's been a mission of mine, a very personal one, to find a way to support other women, knowing that putting that into the universe is only something that's gonna boomerang back, hopefully.
Awesome, I love that. Well, you've also teamed up with Lee Jeans to promote a size inclusive line, and we're only now just seeing other brands feature plus sizes, which is crazy to me, seeing as that is the more normal size in America, right?
It's mind-blowing in a way. I think for a long time there was the misperception that women above a certain size wouldn't shop or spend money. It's really exciting that social media today has helped amplify the voice of those out there looking for their size. And what was really great about talking with Lee is that they had launched a technology in Asia last year. It worked with optical illusions to help shade fabric in a unique way that would contour. They wanted to launch it here for under $30.
Seeing as you're the jean queen, we've got denim dare. So I've got an example of some really odd yet iconic denim trends, right? And I want to know how you would style them into success.
Sure.
Okay, all right, so what about the low-rise jean? I mean, this is a style that we hope doesn't come back, and it's like the scariest of them all.
I think that's a public safety hazard, so I'm just going to air with. I don't really think that that's good for anyone. If you have a short torso, definitely go for the lower rise, but make sure that you can bend over without crack.
Oh, no one wants to see that. Let's be real. It's not a good look for anyone. Okay, what about acid wash?
You know, acid wash can be fun. You have to think of acid wash as like a print. So if you're gonna make a statement with acid wash and you want it to feel chic, a black turtleneck and a great, you know, belt with gold hardware and a loafer, you're elevating the idea of the trend in a modern way that looks more refined.
Thank you so much for your time today, Bobby. It was great to talk to you.
Great talking to you too.
We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by Hey DBL Nation, welcome back to Beauty Blast. I'm Jeray for the Slay, and while we're here, go ahead and pull up those search bars, J-A-R-A-Y for the Slay, okay? Let's be friends and let's talk more about what your beauty needs are. Now for today, we're talking about skin that slays. And in today's Skin That Slays episode, I wanna talk about the nitty-gritty, guys. The good stuff that really makes your skin get going. I'm talking about serums. Yes, I said skin serum, okay? Not scarum, serums, all right? Now, a serum is going to be more of a concentrated value of ingredients that are helping to change and make sure that your skin looks its absolute best. Now, with skin serums, you don't want to actually be overdoing it at the same time and lapping on serum plus oil plus all this extra stuff. So you kind of actually want a basic routine when you're using a serum. But let's go back to what a serum is. Serums are going to be a highly concentrated value of vitamins that are going to be able to be a much smaller molecule so that they're able to get into your skin. Now, when you're using a serum, these are typically helping with affecting change in the skin, such as dryness, radiance in the skin, or maybe even for more acne-prone skin too. A couple of different serums that you can get would be like a hyaluronic-based serum for more hydrating skin. A antioxidant-based serum would be something with retinol. This guy is going to be for more brightening into the skin. Another one would be a serum with salicylic acid. These guys are going to be for more of your acneic skin type or people with more clogged pores. Now, serums are a wonderful way to actually treat your skin, but don't forget to make sure that you still cleanse your skin beforehand and moisturize afterwards. This will help to make sure that your serum is actually going to get into your skin and really help you out. So until next time, guys, let me know what your favorite serums are, and maybe we can go ahead and mix and match with some serums, okay? We'll see you guys next time for your next Beauty Blast.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. What do we have, Tori?
Well, Joyce Truskello wrote on Facebook, I would absolutely call the bank, as common sense tells you money just doesn't show up or grow on trees, so to speak. They knew it wasn't theirs to spend from the get-go. Finding $10 on the ground is a totally different
She's
thing.
right, Joyce. I would somehow want to convince myself that I was the exception to the rule. But you're right. You're right. That's
Joyce
common
is right.
sense.
The mom Joyce just wrote in. Thank you, Joyce. Also, John Venturini says, I would confirm whether or not the 100K is rightfully mine. And then Kyle Baxter wrote in and said, cool suit, Brandon. Keep it 100.
You do look sharp. You look very sharp today.
And look, if you can zoom in, we can zoom in. Exclusively tailored for cultured athletes.
That's you, boo. That's you.
And we've got a great collaboration coming up, wardrobe collaboration. That I can't say anything yet, but
exciting.
Wait till that ink dries. Wait till that ink dries.
Brandon.
We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Have a fantastic Monday, everybody. Bye-bye.